Hi everyone, so today we're gonna make homemade chili. I have a Dutch oven, and in the Dutch oven I have a little bit of avocado oil, but you could use any type of oil you have, vegetable oil, olive oil, whichever you have. But as far for the vegetable, we have garlic, celery, onions, and the bell pepper. I'm going to saute the onion first until it's nice and soft, and after that I'm going to be adding the meat. The onion I usually saute maybe about a minute or so, and until it's softened and to give you that fragrance, then I will move it to the side to make room for the meat. And then the rest of the vegetable, we're going to be adding it later, the celery, the bell pepper, and the chopped garlic. So for the meat, I have about 1.25 pounds of the Italian sausage, but you may use a different type of meat if you prefer ground beef, turkey, or ground chicken, or if you prefer to be to do a vegetarian, just leave the meat out, but everything else should be okay. So like I said, saute this. The Dutch oven could get hot sometimes, so be careful. You could use any type of pan you have. It doesn't have to be the Dutch oven, but this is what I like to cook with when I make stew. Anyway, here go the meat. When you put the meat inside the pan, please be careful. If you have a little bit of oil on the bottom, sometimes it could splatter. So using your spatula, kind of break it down. It doesn't have to be perfectly break down. We kind of like it a little bit chunky, so I just roughly separate it a little bit. And I'm adding the rest of the vegetable in right now, which is the celery, the bell pepper, and the garlic. So I'm using a fresh garlic, and I'm using the granulated garlic as well. As I'm cooking this, please, I hope you don't mind. I do not have exact measurement for you, but I can show you exactly. I'm showing you exactly what I'm putting in here. The reason is people have a different prefer on the flavor, different taste. So first thing, I'm going to be adding a black pepper, ground black pepper. And then here go a granulated garlic or garlic powder. But the granulated garlic usually is a little bit more bigger than garlic powder. And I'm using Tony seasoning or Creole seasoning, if you call it. We just like a little kick that have a little bit of, I believe, cayenne in there. So we kind of like a little bit spicy. But if you cannot handle the spice, you could use a regular salt. And I also add a nutmeg and then a ground cumin. Just a couple dash in it, not too much. And a couple pieces of bay leaves. And then a oregano. If I could get it open, sorry for that. And then thyme. If you have fresh thyme, it's even better. But this is a quick dish. It takes approximately maybe 45 minutes to make, probably 50 minutes with the prepping and all that. It's very, very quick and very comforting. It's one of my husband's favorites, so that's why I'm making for him today. So saute all your seasoning and your spices in, and then a couple dashes of the Worcestershire sauce, or y'all could call it a W sauce. And so I'm using 2 cans of tomato. One is a crushed tomato, and one is the diced tomato. I'm also using 2 cans of beans. I have a black beans, and then I have a red kidney beans. Again, you could use pinto bean, any type of bean. It's chili, so make whatever you want. It's very forgiving. It doesn't have to be Pacific. It doesn't have to be traditional. And you are in charge of your kitchen, so do whatever you like. that make you happy. Okay, so usually when you're happy, you're in a good mood, your foods always come out better. So here me adding the black bean. I do not take the beans out. I don't rinse it. Whatever the liquid that come in the bean, I put them all in the pot. If you decide to rinse your beans out, I recommend it add maybe about a cup and a half of water to your chili, because you already have enough liquid from the tomato and the diced tomatoes. So you don't want to be too liquid, too much liquid in it. So I'm stirring all this in. I will cover it and I will let it simmer maybe about 35 to 45 minutes. Between the time, I will open it occasionally and use scrape the bottom a little bit. Use a spatula to scrape the bottom to make sure it doesn't have the burn. It doesn't burn, it doesn't stick. And while you simmer this, I would recommend you turn down the heat to low. But and then just check it occasionally, please. Also, you could taste and adjust your seasoning to the way you like it, the amount of salt. Some people like salty, some people like it less salty. That's why I don't really give the exact measurement, but what I'm showing you, you could use it as a guideline when you make it yours, your own, so you could make it to the way you like it. Tasting mine, I'm very happy with this, so I'm gonna get it ready to serve. Nothing else need to be added. It's perfect. So usually we have cheese to go on top, and as for the garnish, we have cilantro, and sometimes the green onions. But I don't have it on hand. I only happen to have cilantro. Use what you have, and I don't like cheese, so that's why you see mine doesn't have any cheese on it. For my husband, he does, and then we usually serve with the side of the corn chip. Hope you like it. Thank you.